Let's talk indie author signings. So my third book, Auricula Academy, A Spell of Wisdom, is coming out in just a little bit under a month at this point, and I have a bunch of indie author signings scheduled, kind of both to promote the book and to celebrate it once it is out on June 2nd. And so let's talk exactly how I go about actually scheduling those and planning it out and take it from there. Step one is, where are you actually going to hold these events, right? For me, that was figuring out what are my local kind of indie bookshops that are willing to host indie authors for author signings and stuff like that. And so I just kind of searched online, figuring out what are my local bookshops, and then cold called them and asked, hey, do you host indie authors? Are you willing to schedule a signing for me? And essentially what the signings look like, just so you kind of set your expectations. For most of these, it simply means they give you a table where you get to just sell your books. Some of them will sell them on consignment, meaning that they'll actually have the books in their system, and then if someone wants to buy it, they just pick it up from your table, buy it from the bookstore, and then you get money back afterwards. Some, like Half Price Books, you sell it directly because they don't want to have to worry about getting your book in the system, and so you just sell your book directly, you make that money, and you have to handle that sort of exchange and everything else. And so once you have an event planned, what do you need to have with you in order to make things work? Well, let me show you what I've got. So as you can see, I basically just have a big tote that I carry with me whenever I do these sorts of events. Obviously, we might have reused it from when we were moving and such, but it's worked out really nicely. And so in it, what I have is I have a tablecloth that I use, and this tablecloth, sometimes I need to use it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes the places actually have their own, but I like to have one. I have it jungle themed just because I think it's kind of fun. And then I have a sign that I prop up, right? Local author, Jacob Rickman, signed copy, $10 each, cash or Venmo. Free bookmarks, just so they know they can come and get bookmarks for free, right? And then I have a little QR code that people can scan, so if they don't have cash on them, they can just Venmo me if they want to buy a book. And then I just have a bunch of copies of my books, right? So I have Legend of Samantha Torres, A Wave of Courage, and then now A Spell of Wisdom that I sell. And then in addition to that, I have little book stands that I use to actually keep the books propped up on the table, just because I think it looks nice when you actually have the books propped up like that. I have a bunch of the aforementioned free bookmarks that have QR codes on them, so if someone wants to go and maybe buy the book later and doesn't want to buy it right then and there, they can choose to just use that QR code. I also have a bunch of Corgi Dragon stickers to give away for free, and so I found especially little kids, since my book's marketed towards that middle grade age, they really like the stickers, and that's always fun. And then I just keep a couple of pens as well as some just general markers, so if I need to redo anything on the sign and need to sign the books, then I can do that. And yeah, that's about it. I try not to keep too much in there just because it can get heavy trying to carry it around and whatnot. But I've seen authors who have full printed signs. Some of them have full table size signs they prop up next to them. I've seen people with displays, multi-tiered displays for all of their books. It's just kind of up to you. What is your budget and what is the kind of vibe or appearance you want when you're doing these events?